Heyo, and welcome back to Pokémon Y. This is the Reflection Cave, and right off the bat, you can start to see why it was named that. Because there are mirrors that reflect things, and this is like how the trainers function. Now you don't want to walk behind them if you're avoiding battles, because they see things in the mirror as it goes past. And like, yes, I know that seems like a pretty basic concept for a cave, but honestly, it looks really pretty, so I don't care. So yeah, Lanoon. What do we think of Lanoon, Chris?
Lanoon, it doesn't look like its original thing in too much, does it? I don't know, it's just strayed a little bit from... But yeah, it's just good, it's good. It's good Pokemon. Normal type, isn't it? Normal and nothing else.
What do you mean, like it doesn't translate too well to the 3D art style? Is that what you're thinking of?
I don't know, it's just different to Zigzagoon is what I meant.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like,
it's like quite a change, like... Zigzagoon is kind of wacky, and then you've got like that looks quite
very
normal.
Jagged design.
Yeah, jagged, and then, yeah.
Lanoon's very sleek, but then again, that's kind of the point of the evolution. It goes from zigzagging all over the place to just being able to run in a straight line.
Well, see, what you're not realising is that's because the evolution item is a hairbrush. So that's how that works. But yeah, that's one battle out of the way. I can't really remember how much there is that happens on your first time through Reflection Cave. I know that there's wild Pokemon that dart down from the ceiling in this one, which can get really annoying. And Roggenrola, another Gen 5 Pokemon. This was Universe standing Geodude, really, wasn't it?
And that hole in its face is its ear.
Yeah, I don't buy that. Honestly.
Yeah, that's actually its ear, not an eye.
Right.
I don't know how it sees.
Well, maybe it's like Zubat in that it just uses the sonar receptions around it to
The thing
work
was
out
over his head or something.
Yeah, if that's like an aerial feeding
Yeah,
yeah, like you pick up a fucking radio on that shit.
It's like that whole conversation about Lanoon got me thinking. It somehow managed to make me remember an episode of Pokémon from years ago with a Lanoon. It's like the child Zigzagoon evolved into a Lanoon, and it's like, oh no, it's changed now, it doesn't like me anymore. By the end of the episode, it turned out the Lanoon hadn't actually like changed its personality. It literally was just the problem of the child. He was just like, oh no, you've changed, you don't like me anymore. It's like, oh, so this entire problem, it was just the child being stupid.
Don't worry, little Jimmy, your parents never loved you. Oh god. But yeah, Roggenrola compared to Geodude, how do you think it stacks up as a design, Stephen?
It's okay, but I just don't like the colour of it, honestly.
See, I actually like the blue. Like, I know it doesn't really make sense to have a bright blue rock, but like, I guess it sort of distinguishes it a little bit.
Probably in this cave, innit?
Well, in this cave, yeah, but like, I don't know how much of that is the rocks themselves being blue and how much of that is just because there's like all the lighting and whatnot. I think it's because it's like got that night light feeding in, and then there's the mirrors reflecting off it.
What do you think of that Pokemon?
Yeah. Woobat. Yeah, I don't really think much of it. And then you got Swoobat, which is just with the letter S in front of its name.
Yeah, I can't remember how it looks even that much. Like, I've got a rough idea of what it looks like, but I remember like...
Yeah, big pointy ears, blue, and it's got like a sort of tuft of fur all round its neck.
Yeah, I forget, did Jesse's one ever evolve?
I don't think it did.
No,
No one evolved in Gen 5.
No, actually, how have Pokemon evolved? I think there was Tepig evolved into Pignite.
Yeah, and then Roggenrola evolved into... I can't remember its name.
The next one, Boldor.
That was it, Boldor, yes.
Yeah, and then Gigalith, the final evolution, but Ash's one never reached that, did it?
Nope. Oh yeah, and then there was Suordal that evolved into... forget the name of the next one on that now, and then it evolved into Leavanny.
Oh right, yeah, so that was something a little bit substantial, and there was the bird one as well, wasn't
And there's Crocodile. Okay, there were a few evolutions, but a lot of the important ones didn't evolve. Specifically the starters getting their final forms.
Yeah, like these feels weird. And like Pig Knight really got screwed over, didn't he? Because like he only evolved one stage, and then towards the end of like Best Wishes, Dash was like fuck it and just brought Charizard back. So like Pig Knight was fucking useless after that point.
Yeah. He saw a Charmander, he was like, oh my god, I have a Charizard.
Oh, I forgot about that giant fucking dragon. When did I get one of them?
What have I got you here for?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're useful for when I want bacon eventually, but I mean, you do cook yourself, so
Pretty much.
you've got that going for you.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! Time for a barbecue.
I've got some grass snake that's up its own arse.
Oh, Snivy. I do kind of like the personality they gave
I
to
like
Snivy though. It was kind of endearing in its own way. That never evolved, did it?
No, should have. Evolving into a Serperior would have been awesome.
Yeah, and Superior is a cool design,
Yeah.
and it would have been useful in his team. Like, I think other than the Sceptile, oh no, because Torterra evolved as well, didn't it?
And that got forgotten. It was like it evolved. Turtwig evolved into Grottle, and then it went through a bit of a phase of like, oh no, I'm not fast anymore, and then Paul's Torterra taught it to just be a tank. Then it evolved into a Torterra not too long after, I think, and then became kind of useless.
Torterra really got screwed over in terms
Yeah.
of character development, because like pretty much all the Pokemon character development from Ash's team it went to Infernape, really, didn't it? With him trying to get over his Blaze activating itself and all that sort of shit. And like Infernape was a base. What else did he have on the team? He had like the final Starly. Was it Starly again for?
Staraptor.
Staraptor, yeah, he had that on his team. Of Pikachu, obviously.
Yeah, Buizel.
Oh yeah, Breezel, that was when we traded from Dawn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like Breezel.
Gliscor.
Yeah, Gliscor. That one that had a similar sort of thing where it just got sent off for training out of nowhere, didn't it?
It was in the finals.
Yeah, I know he did bring it back
Yeah.
from the finals, but like the Sinnoh League, he brought back a lot of his other Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like he brought back Sceptile and Cyndaquil. Like,
And Heracross.
yeah, Heracross was kind of useful in that league, wasn't it? Because it learnt Sleep Punch and that
Sleep Talk.
Sleep Talk, that's the one.
Yeah.
And kind of got itself out of a bit
Yeah,
of a fix.
he actually thought about what he was going to do. It's like, this guy keeps beating everybody with his Darkrai, putting them to sleep. I know, I'll teach Heracross Sleep Talk. It's a bug type and a fighting type. It's got 2 advantages over this dark type. And if it's going to put it to sleep, I might as well give it a move that it will actually be able to use.
Yeah. A few weeks after that, he was going to lose into a fucking level 5 Snivy. That was fun.
Thinking of that. Yeah.
God's sake, Ash.
Pikachu must have been a decent level at that point, surely.
Well, Pikachu's
Yeah.
OP. Pikachu has literally beat legendaries.
Pikachu took down a Latios.
Latios and Regice, don't forget Regice.
But the fact that
Level 5.
it used Thunderbolts to take down a Latios, though, that's even more impressive because this thing's resistant to electric moves. It just stood on its back and kept zapping it right into the ground.
To be fair, that had hurt.
Yeah, I know, but it's resistant. And it's up against a Pikachu.
Bear in mind, this is the same Pikachu that beat a fucking Onix with electric attacks.
Yeah, sprinklers went on, so...
Yeah, that works apparently.
I guess, and aiming for the horn. Never,
Oh yeah.
I never even saw that episode, I just heard it from everywhere.
I like how everyone focuses on Pikachu taking down the Raiden by aiming for the horn and not questioning why the fuck does Blaine have a Rhydon? Like seriously, he's the fire type trainer. And I don't think it even used any fire attacks to my recollection. Like maybe it had something, I can't remember, it's been years since I saw that, but like, you know, he's got the volcano setting, and then he sends out a fucking ground type. Cool. Which is especially weird when you consider that that generation had a ground type leader who has a Raiden, as far as I recall. like Gen 1 was the epitome of just making shit up as it went along, really, wasn't it?
It's like, one thing I always really enjoyed was the final battle between Paul and Ash. But I always now, because of X and Y, adding in things like electric types can't be paralysed and fire types can't be burnt. It's like when I look back at that fight and the reason, one of the contributing factors as to why Infernape beat Electivire is because it got paralysed by Pikachu. And it's like, that doesn't work anymore.
Let's just casually retcon that if you don't mind.
The Electivire just took damage somehow.
Oh god. Have they addressed how fairy type came to be?
No, it just popped in. Literally, that's it. They just accepted that it exists.
Have they acknowledged any of the Pokemon that have been recognised as other types who are now fairy?
I don't think so.
I know I'm asking a lot of the Pokemon anime.
At this point, they're just like, oh yeah, you've always been a fairy type. Well, actually, always been a fairy type.
It's Nidorina. Like, I will say, I think these lines are really underappreciated. Nidoking and Nidoqueen are some of my favourite Gen 1 Pokemon.
No, I thought they're most people's, aren't they?
Well, they're the sort of ones that, like, a lot of people would say they're cool designs when looking at them, but I don't think many people would, like, say, like, out of my top 5 Pokemon, here's Nidoking, here's Nidoqueen.
Alright, yeah.
Which is, like, I end up using one of these basically every time I play Gen 1. Because, like, you get them fairly early on, they're a pretty stocky ground type to have, and, like, both of them, Nidoqueen and Nidoking. I think I prefer Nidoking's design a little bit on the whole, because, like, he's got the bigger horn and he, like, you wouldn't want to fuck with Nidoking, would you? He would beat the shit out of you.
Plus, its Dex entry says that it can snap telephone poles with its tail.
Imagine if you had, like, a Godzilla-sized Nidoking.
Oh god.
That would be fucking sick.
Well, we've got Tyranitar, which is Godzilla.
That's the point, yeah. I would like that to see that bigger. Like, just see him be like the literal Godzilla Tyranitar.
Just go to the Pokemon company, just like, you see this? I want it, but bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just like, you know how artists tend to have like their character reference sheets, like showing all different poses and that. Imagine instead of submitting that, you just put a picture of like Tyranitar and a picture of Godzilla and just say, you know what I want.
And that's how Groudon was born.
Yeah. But you know what makes the Godzilla-sized Tyranitar even more threatening? Remember, Tyranitar has Sandstream. So following behind this giant fucking dinosaur, it's got a sandstorm following it.
That's... Oh no.
Yeah, like... I want a new Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny between them.
But it only lasts 5 turns. You're alright. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like fucking Tokyo is going to survive 5 rounds of Pokemon with that after it.
Focus Sash. Endeavour. We're gonna win with a Rattata.
Yeah, like, no, the government's just got an emergency Rattata that knows Endeavour just in case of Godzilla. Like, that's their Godzilla emergency plan.
I mean, youngster Joey or whatever his name is.
Yeah, oh, youngster Joey, that's his top percentage of them. That's what he's been trained for this whole time. That's his life mission.
The only awkward thing is that the Rattata gets knocked out at the end of the round because of the sandstorm.
Yeah, but like comparing the balances between this pitiful little Rattata and Godzilla-tar, like, I think one Endeavour should do the job.
And then you make sure you've got one other Rattata so you can use Quick Attack. Because it's only going to have 1 HP. Yeah.
No. That's like, actually, is Shedinja weak to ground?
No.
Wonder Guard it! And then very slowly...
Sandstorm will take it out.
Oh, yeah, won't it? That's,
yes.
Yeah, that's the slight problem with relying on the 1 HP but Wonder Guard setup, isn't it? like, because all
Yeah.
the other type effects and that. Well, to be fair, Wonder Guard has the ability of being incredibly fucking OP. So I'm glad that Shedinja is quite vulnerable in that respect. Because like that's one of the old tricks that people who would use hacked Pokemon online would use. They just give their Pokemon like Wonder Guard.
Yeah, more specifically Sableye.
Sableye or Spiritomb. Yeah.
But that's no longer possible because they're weak to Fairy.
Yeah, they're double weak to Fairy, aren't they? Isn't Ghost?
No.
Oh, I thought Ghost was weak to Fairy as
No,
well.
just neutral.
Oh, right. Oh, well. So it's not completely cut by it, but it's like it's still got a weakness now at last.
Yeah.
Because like that's one of them things. Like I mentioned in an earlier part, like Kingdra being a bitch to take down, but like with the right setup, like they're pretty stocky. Like I don't know what their stats are like, but just having no weaknesses in itself.
Kingdra's not too brilliant.
No, not Kingdra. Like Spiritomb and Sableye.
Oh, well, they're not particularly brilliant either. It's mainly just because they've got a unique typing that doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. And plus, Sableye does have its Mega Evolution now.
Yeah, is that still Dark Ghost?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not too fond on that Mega Evolution because what it does is like it's Sableye, but it's just got that gem thing that it sort of hides behind.
Yeah, I like it.
Like I like base Sableye. What do you think of base Sableye, Chris? As we're talking about these.
I'm trying to think what Sableye is.
So it's got diamonds for eyes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, cool. I don't know its stats and that and everything, but yeah.
No, it's like I've never used one, but I like the design.
Yeah. All its Mega Evolution is that a gem pops out of its chest and turns huge, and it uses it as a shield.
And then it puts it back after the battle somehow.
Mega Evolution energy shrinks it down.
Yeah, well, saying that, like the Mega Evolution that I find the most bizarre is Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Like, how is the baby the strong form?
It is really confusing. It's unique, but God, it just raises so many questions.
Because what it is that, like, when Kangaskhan Mega evolves, it's just the baby jumps out of the pouch and goes fight.
Yeah. And then it apparently this counts as an ability that it gets 2 hits in a row because it's 2 Pokemon.
Yeah, didn't they have to nerf that in Gen 7?
Yes.
How did they do that? Didn't they just, like, reduce its attack stat or something?
So I'm trying to remember now.
Because I remember that being one of the, like, overpowered strats in Gen 6 that, like, just use the Mega Kangaskhan.
I can't quite remember how it was nerfed or if it was nerfed. We'll have to look it up in a bit.
Yeah, can do. Because I've never used one, like I just know it was the strategy a lot of people use. Like I wouldn't even know where to get the Kangaskhan out, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, give it power up punch and you're set.
What's that do?
It's a weak move, but every time it's used, it adds 0.5 multiplier to your attack.
Oh, so is it like roll out but without the obligation?
Pretty much.
Yes.
So because it's Kangaskhan, it's getting 2 hits in, so after 1 turn, it's doubled its attack. And then on the second turn, it's tripled its attack. So on.
That's fucking fair.
So after 3 turns, it's now got 4 times attack. It's maximised its power. And it may not be the fastest Pokemon ever, but it's also got Sucker Punch, which allows it to get a hit in before the opponent does.
Jesus.
But that is only if it is an attacking move. If it's a status move or status move. I thought there was a different name for like the multipliers and that, but I can't really think of it. But yeah, status moves.
Like buffs and debuffs.
Buffs, poison, burn, and that. If it's anything like that, it won't get in. Or things like barrier and reflect.
Yeah, so like it's got its downsides, but not enough to balance it, really,
Exactly.
is it? But yeah, I did just kill a couple of bees, by the way. The male cone bees are so fucking useless, aren't they? Like, Vespiquen, it's not the greatest design, but at least it's something. Whereas cone bees just got to sit there looking derpy forever.
Yeah. So there is one way of taking down Kangaskhan though, and it is pretty much ghost types. I mean, I don't know if Kangaskhan can learn Crunch. It probably can. But the fact that Ghost types are immune to normal moves and fighting moves, which means it renders Power Up Punch useless. Plus, to avoid Sucker Punch, it can then just use Will-O-Wisp on Kangaskhan to halve its attack, or it could use Destiny Bond and force the Kangaskhan to leave, which would then reset its attack.
To be fair, like, it's not necessarily the case given Destiny Bond tends to be banned in tournaments. But yeah, because in certain kinds of ones, they tend to ban that because it can make it impossible to detect a winner.
Huh.
If it makes it draw at the end. I haven't followed competitive for a long, long time, so I don't know whether there's a workaround for that now. But like that used to be the case at the very least.
Okay. Well, then the best situation to be in is to use Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, because then, burn as a status condition, he shoots full because it chips away and then it's nerfing it as well. And it's
halves its attack, so it's just down to 2.5.
Only 2.5?
I know, it's still big, but then you've also got to try and avoid using any offensive moves during that turn, because otherwise it will get in with a Sucker Punch, and it will take down your Ghost type, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Unless you happen to be Dusk Noir, in which case you might stand a chance.
Yeah, Dusk Noir, I kind of not too sure how I feel about Dusk Noir's design, because I like Dusclops. Just Dusk Noir, I assume it's more useful than Dusclops, but, just...
I understand. I like both of them, but I can see why you'd like Dusclops more. Dusclops does look really cool.
Okay, what do you think is the most offensive of the Gen 4 added evolutions? Because I've got two that bother me. Magmortar and Porygon Z. Both of those are shit.
No, they're not.
Like, design-wise.
I'm going to have to reject your opinion on Porygon Z.
Why?
I like it. I like it.
The reason I don't like it, Porygon 2 is one of my favourite Pokemon designs. It's really fucking cool. Porygon Z just seems like a less interesting version of Porygon 2. So, like, if you were gonna upgrade the Porygon 2 even further, you would want it to look cooler, not just fucking a lackluster version. Like, why couldn't we get, like, a proper evolution for Cool Porygon? That trading card, that was interesting.
Porygon 2's design's okay.
It's fucking cool!
It's a rounder Porygon.
Chris, settle this for us, please. Is it cool?
I can't remember what it looks like.
It's a rounder Porygon. That is essentially what it is.
Oh, well.
It's okay. I mean, if it's your favourite, then fine. I've got nothing against it, but it's okay. Yeah. That's about it, really.
Oh, well, let's leave that part with the correct opinion that Porygon 2 is cool and Stephen's wrong. And next time we'll be actually getting on with a bit of plot and finding out what's going on in this new town we've arrived in and some more information about one of the main mechanics in this game. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.